So for the last few weeks, and if you've watched my last few videos, you know this, but I've been reading The Mysterious Life of Addie LaRue on my Kindle. This is like a fantasy sort of book. I literally started this book 2 weeks ago. I started it at the very end of September, and today is October 14th. So definitely a really bad reading slump. I am 90% of the way in, so I'm on the very tail end of it. I'm so close, and I've heard that the ending of this book is just devastating. People cry, and it's just a lot, which I'm honestly hoping it's like that for me. I really actually want to cry because I feel like that may help my reading slump by, just getting some good emotion out of me. So I am gonna finish this book today. I absolutely have to. And another reason that I really want to finish it is because I want to start The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I've been wanting to read this book for, I don't even know, probably over 2 years, really ever since Haley Pham read it, and it was a 6-star read for her. So I really want to start reading this. We're already mid-October, and we're finally getting some nicer weather. It's in the 70s right now, and it's supposed to be like that for the next few days. So definitely not fall to a lot of people, but for Austin, the 70s is full fall weather. So yeah, I want to finish the book so I can start this. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, whatever it ends up being. And yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower really quick because my hair is so greasy. I just wanted to get this intro filmed. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we're gonna read after that. So I will see you guys in 1 second. I am 97% of the way into this, so I'm about to finish it. And it's honestly not been as sad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be crying the last 20 pages of this book. I did just get to kind of a sad part to where I teared up for a second. But I'm honestly hoping that I cry. I hope some crazy thing happens to where I cry, but I think I'm in the last maybe chapter or 2 of this book, so we'll see what happens. So I am actually so confused on if I read the same book as everyone else on Goodreads that reviewed this book. Everyone that I follow, Heather, Destiny, Sarah, I don't know exactly who. My dog's drinking water right now, of course, as soon as I'm trying to talk. I don't know. All of the reviews from the people that I followed on Goodreads said that they cried their eyes out at the very end of this book, the last 20 minutes, and I did not get that at all. There was one line that made me tear up just a little bit, but other than that, I did not find the ending really sad at all. If anything, it was more of a sweet ending a little bit. I don't know. I'd still recommend the book. It was pretty good. It definitely had one of the most interesting plot lines I've ever read about, but it did take me 2.5 weeks to read. And I understand that just because it took me that long to read it doesn't mean it was a bad book. It very well could just be because I'm not in the mindset of reading right now, and that's why it took me so long. That's why I couldn't get into it. But overall, it did take me 2.5 weeks. And I didn't love the ending. I think the ending could have gone a little bit differently. I don't know how. I can't think of an ending that I would like, but the one that was in the book did not hit it for me. It could have been a little bit different. I think I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. It was still good, and I would recommend it to anyone. There's pretty much no spice in this book. And it's kind of the first historical book I've ever read, even though I wouldn't consider it fully historical. But it does have those elements in it, and it was still really good. So I'm gonna rate this 3 stars. I'm now moving on to The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. Like I said, I've been wanting to read this for so long, and I'm so excited to start this. I am getting a little scared by how small the text is. This is insane. So I'm a little worried about that, but I'm gonna start this. Hopefully this book gets me out of my slump, because this is insane. I just I'm not even gonna start this right now because I need a break from reading. I just sat here and read for an hour trying to finish this book, so I need a break. But I'm going to start this, and I'll talk to y'all either tonight or in the morning and let y'all know where I am. I am now 64 pages, I was gonna say percent, I'm 64 pages into The House Across the Lake, and honestly, it's going by really quick. I don't know if y'all can tell that well, but I thought the book was gonna go by so slow considering how small the text is. I feel like this is really small compared to a lot of books or what people are used to, but it's going by so quick, and I'm honestly really enjoying it. So I have not even read the back of this book. Well, I have a little bit, but I stopped myself because I'm someone who doesn't like knowing what's gonna happen in the book, like at all. Like I'd rather be completely surprised. Basically, this book is about this cute little lake in, I think it's Vermont. Yeah, Vermont. And it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. There's only 5 total houses around this lake, and they can all kind of see each other. They're spaced out, everyone has land, but like it's this very tight-knit remote community around this little lake. And there's only a few, like 1 or 2 full-time residents, but everyone else uses the houses as like seasonal houses, summer houses. You know, they come when the weather's good in the summer, but they're not there for like 9 months out of the year. So there's this girl named Casey who this house, one of the houses around the lake, has been in her family for, I think she said like 100 years. Like it's been a long time. It's been passed down. And she doesn't normally stay there full time, but she went through some traumatic life events and her family thinks she needs some like solitude, time to spend on the lake. And so she's staying at this house alone. And a new family, a new couple moves into one of the houses across the lake, and it is like a guy, I don't remember what he does, and then his wife is an ex-supermodel. Whenever she's bored, she'll have a little drink. Not the ex-supermodel, the girl Casey who lives alone. Whenever she's bored, she'll have a drink, she'll get her binoculars and sit on her porch and watch the different houses, people who are there. She'll like spy on them, and also on the houses that like no one's there. And I haven't gotten to this part yet, but apparently one night she's watching through the binoculars and she sees something happen in that like ex-supermodel's house and her husband. She sees something that happens that she probably shouldn't have seen, and I'm guessing it's like someone kills someone or something. I honestly don't know. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but you can kind of like piece together what's gonna happen. It's really good so far. I feel like this is the first time in like a month that I've enjoyed reading, and I'm so happy and grateful for that. The one thing I will say is that the chapters are weird in this. So like, especially on the audiobook, here's an example. I opened to it. So there's now, and then there's like before, but on the audiobooks on Spotify, because I've been listening to it on Spotify as well, like the before part is like 3.5 hours, but there's still like mini chapters in between, but the chapters aren't numbered. So you have to like literally just like randomly find it in the audiobook, and it's kind of annoying. But each chapter is like 20 to 30 pages, and it's killing me because I hate books that have long chapters like that. So there's times to where, because I'm still not like, I can't read for like an hour or 2 at a time right now. I'm just still not there yet. So there's times that like I'll be reading and I'll like turn to a new page and I'll just like stop on this page because I just cannot keep going another 10 pages. So that's the only downside to this book, but overall it's pretty good so far. I like Riley Sager, all of his books that I've read. This is the 3rd one. I said all of his books. This is only the 3rd book I've read by him, but I've loved all the books I've read by him. And I'm liking this so far, which is so good. So that's my first little update of the book. I am gonna go for a walk right now. I need a break from reading. I might listen to the audiobook on the walk. I might not. I kind of listen to music. But I'll talk to y'all either tonight or in the morning with another update. I feel like I'm looking real rough right now, but I've literally read so freaking much of this book today. I'm now on page 208. I'm a little bit more than halfway. I'm probably like 70% of the way through. I feel like it's safe to say already that my book slump is either gone or at least going away, because I have read, like I said, it took me like over 2 weeks to read what was the name of that book? The Something Life of Addie LaRue. I literally already forgot the name. But I started this book like 2 days ago and I'm about to be done with it. Like I'm 100% gonna finish it tomorrow because it's only like 5 o'clock right now. And I am gonna read more today, obviously. So I think it's safe to say that my book slump is definitely going away, but this book is so good, guys. I love the mystery. I love how it's written. We're now getting more and more of a like before and after perspective of like obviously what's going on before and like the sketchy stuff that they're trying to figure out with the couple across the lake, because the girl went missing. Now they think that it was the husband, Tom, who did it. And they're like kind of connecting the dots with like different things that they're seeing. And then we're also getting like little chapters in between of like after to where she's interrogating Tom, which honestly, I don't know. I have a feeling it's not actually going to be Tom, that like something's going to come out at the end, and all the chapters that we think is Tom being interrogated, it's going to be someone else. So I honestly don't even have a theory besides that one that I just said. Like, I don't know who I think did it, if it was actually Tom, if it was someone else, but I just keep thinking back to Haley Pham's reading vlog, to where she said it was like the craziest plot twist that she's ever like seen in a book. So I just don't know, because a lot of the comments on Goodreads that weren't Haley Pham's didn't like the ending and said that it didn't make sense. So I'm just like, what's going on? I don't even know what to think right now. But yeah, I am so happy that this book is getting me out of my slump. I knew Riley Sager would do it, because he always does it for me. So that's where I'm at right now. I've been sitting outside reading for the last like hour, but I've also been listening to the audiobook while I went on like a 1.3 mile walk earlier. Guys, it literally feels so good. If anything, it's cold. Like, I'm sitting here right now with the door still open, the AC off, and I'm chilly right now. Like, it is so cold out, but I'm so happy that this book is working out. I'd highly recommend it so far. I guess we'll see at the end if I like the ending or if it's like everyone else, to where they said it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'm about 75, maybe 70% of the way through. And I'll talk to y'all later tonight when I get further. I only have 90 pages left of the book. I'm on page, if I can get to it. I hate when like a new chapter page doesn't have the thing. So I'm on page 255. I'm literally so close to being done. There's only 347 pages. And this book just took a very unexpected turn. It turned paranormal, which is actually kind of funny, because two of the thriller books that I read in my reading thriller books for a week video a few videos back, both of those also turned paranormal when I did not expect them to turn paranormal. So I'm just like, what is going on with thriller books this year, to where like the book doesn't start out having to do with anything paranormal and then that's how it ends. So it was a little cringy, not gonna lie, the twist that happened. I was actually listening to the audiobook while I was on my walk this morning when the paranormal twist happened, and I was like, what is going on? I literally, like, I understood what was going on, but I was like, how did we even get to this point? Because this is not what I was expecting. It was honestly a little cringy. So yeah, I hope that's not like the big plot twist. Although I do think I know how the book is gonna, I don't think I know, but like I have a feeling, I have a theory, okay? Now that this twist happened, I feel like I know, I'm just putting my context clues together, okay? I think I know how it's gonna end, and I don't know if I'm gonna like that ending, which is funny because all of the, literally a majority of the reviews on Goodreads of this book is that people did not like the ending and it made no sense. And I have a feeling I know what's gonna happen, and I completely agree. So I guess we'll see. Either way, it's still a really good book. I was just a little cringed out by that twist because it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's so like, it's just so unrealistic. It is so unrealistic, and sometimes that's a good thing because that means you didn't see it coming. But this one's just like way too unrealistic. So I don't know what is going on, but because I only have 90 pages left, I'm about to sit here and try to bang the rest of it out, and I'll probably talk to y'all once I finish the book. Good morning, everyone. It is, what even is today? Today's Friday, and I finished The House Across the Lake this morning. I literally woke up at 8:50 because my boyfriend left for work, and I was like, I have to finish this book right now. I don't normally read that early, but this was the most peaceful morning ever. It's in the 50s right now, so I've had the door cracked, AC off, sweatshirt on, and I read the last, I think I had like, no, I had like 30 pages left. And yeah, I finished the book. This was such an interesting book. It is not at all what I expected it to be like. I feel like the book, honestly, without too much context, wasn't even focused on a house across the lake. Like, it was in the beginning, but that's not what it turned into. I will say that the ending was a little far-fetched. I hope that's the right word for that. It wasn't my favorite. I think the book could have ended differently. I don't know how I would have ended it if I wrote it, but the ending was definitely a little weird with the whole paranormal aspect. I hope that's not a spoiler. I'm not going to say anything else. Just, that's the way that it goes. Yeah, I think I'm going to give this a 4 stars. I really, although I didn't love the ending, I read this book in 4 days. and the last book that I read, it took me 2.5 weeks. So, and this book had small text. So you know that I really liked the book if I read a book that fast. I'm so happy. I think this book did get me out of my reading slump, or it almost completely did. Like, I want to start another book now. I honestly want another, I don't know if I want to read another thriller yet or not, but overall, I really enjoyed the book, guys, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. Not as bad as all the reviews on Goodreads, which I thought whenever I checked last week or a few days ago before I started the book that all the reviews were so bad from like random people I didn't follow. But I went back today and Allie, I forget her last name, Allie Goods or something, she rated it 4 stars. Haley Pham rated it 5, but technically she said it was 6. And then a lot of the other reviews were like 3 stars. So I feel like when I checked, it was like all 2 and 3 stars. Now, the average rating of the book on Goodreads is like a 3.6 stars, which is not the best for Goodreads. So it still is rated lower than a lot of books, but overall, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It was really good. I loved the writing. Riley Sager writes so well to me. There were a few cringy parts, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I would highly, highly, highly recommend this book. No spice in this book, like at all. Kept me on my toes, and yeah, I'm excited to keep reading more Riley Sager books because this is my 3rd one and I absolutely loved it. That's gonna be the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you've read either of the books that I read, what you thought of them. I love to know what y'all's opinions on books as well. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.